What's up, everybody? Here we are today, fight day, morning bout, one on one, mano y mano, super slobber knocker. Indie creatives argue about mainstream topics in this, a special edition of the good, the bad, and the nerdy, aka the debate heard around the world. If you can't tell, I'm coming up with this stuff instantly right now. I am completely freestyling it, but I'm very excited because in the same vein and the same lane and avenue that the Scribble War was started to epic proportions, this battle has gone from one comical shit talking post of just like what movie's better to full-blown warfare on social media. Henchmen have been involved, memes have been used to the utmost cutthroatest, commission pieces have been made exclusively for the event that is about to take place today. And I will have to say, yeah, Daniel, that's right. Fight, fight, fight. It is about to begin. And I will have to say today that this is a first time on the Good, the Bad, and Nerdy, and I hope it's the first of many. We're going to bring out our first competitors. We're going to bring them out. I got this a little bit worked out and everything before this debate started. I'm really excited. All right, in this corner, hailing from North Carolina, we have the man with the ace and the man with the blade. You put them together, you get Ace Blade. They call him D to the J Quick. He is running comics right now with his comical advertising efforts, and they are hilarious. He's on TikTok, and he's too old to be there, but so am I, so I don't care. Let me introduce your first challenger today, Danny J Quick.
In the building. What's up, Mike?
In the building. What's up, man? How do you do? I hope you're ready for this. All right. Now, in this corner, hailing from Michigan, now holding it down in Georgia, Mac to the numbers, Mac. Sean, all facts. Get those receipts ready because he will take it back. Sean to the Mac of Short Fuse Media Group in the building.
What's good, people? Come in nice and calm.
I know, that was so funny.
I'm just happy that Danny was pulling up to get this work. You done did all that talking. Now it's time to pull up. Now you done pull
all this
up
talking.
Work.
All right, I got it. So before this bout begins, I want to give everybody a quick little overhaul. Danny J Quick is saying The Last Dragon is better than The Karate Kid. Sean Mack is saying not only is The Karate Kid better than The Last Dragon, it's the greatest movie of all time.
All time.
Say
it again.
Now, gentlemen, I say we're going to look at this as a Fed. I know you have things that you want to say. What's up? What's good? Oh, did he freeze up?
He's scared already. He already running. He already running from work. Freezing and stuff. He's scared to pull up already. Look. That's going to be the excuse. I'm telling you right now. Disclaimer ahead of time. That's going to be the disclaimer ahead of time. It was my internet connection. He didn't want to pull up and get this work. Mm-hmm.
Well, I suggest, I know you all have your debates and your questions, your comments ready. If you guys have anything you want to say, please do that live. We're streaming right now on Twitch. We're streaming right now on the Good, the Bad, and Nerdy Facebook page and my personal page. I'm assuming you guys are looking at soundtrack, characters, story, production, all that whole thing. And before we get started, I got to do this. It's coming up right now. Here we go. Hold up. Do I do the application window? Let's do the application window.
Thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world on HBO pay-per-view. Ladies and gentlemen, from Mandalay Bay to Las Vegas, let's get ready to rumble!
All right. Danny J. Quick, pick a number 1 through 10, please.
2.
He can pick 2 because 2 is the first loser. I'm going with number 4.
You go into number 4, and Sean Mack is closer, so he gets to go first in debate night, fight night. Good morning, good afternoon. Here we go. Sean, go to it.
Like I said, 2 is the first loser, man. 2 is the first loser. So
First
what we're going to do, I know what you said. We said we're going to go with soundtrack. We're going to go with all that. Soundtrack is a totally different part of the movie. We're going to go with score. The movies are based on scores, not soundtracks.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Score is where the reality comes in. Soundtrack ain't got nothing to do with nothing. So Danny J. Quick been posting a lot of disclaimers and all that silly stuff. Every post is a disclaimer. Let's exclude the popularity. Let's exclude which one is people likes the most. Which the funny thing is, if you really want to go there, most people like The Last Dragon more than The Karate Kid. And the funny thing is, even I said it. You know what I'm saying? Because he keep changing the narrative. Because that's what people that lose do. When they got to make a narrative, they got to force the narrative to be what they want it to be versus what it is. So when we first came on, you said that this started from a post. It didn't start from a post. It started from the Good Bad. I mean, was it Dear Creative? I was on Dear
Creative. Yeah.
Where I had to let him know, and I let the world know that The Karate Kid is the greatest movie of all time. This wasn't ever about what like other people saying, what's the best martial arts movie? It wasn't about martial arts. It wasn't about, who had the best girl in it. It wasn't about the girl. It's about overall movie quality. Story, how it's written, what you get from it. You know what I'm saying? When you talk about the greatest movie of all time, you don't talk about what movie was the best to watch over and over. I mean, hell, Endgame or Infinity War is an awesome movie that I watch over and over and over again. It is nowhere near one of the greatest movies of all time. It's nowhere near one of the greatest movies of all time. You know what I'm saying? It's no way in hell you could say Endgame competes with something like Shawshank Redemption or something like that. You get what I'm saying? Because they're just not even in the same league. You know what I'm saying? But it's still, it doesn't take away the fact that it's an awesome movie and it's great to watch. I watch Last Dragon all day long. I said that numerous times, and Danny J. Quick kept saying, it's the better movie. It's the better movie. Maybe the most entertaining. Maybe the most
better movie.
But it's not a better movie.
All right.
Go ahead.
Let's get Danny J. Quick's opening statement as well now. All right, Danny, floor is yours.
You are correct. Other people have absolutely made this not what we started it to be. Sean Mack, you came out of nowhere with the proclamation that Karate Kid is the best movie, the greatest movie of all time. All time. You said that we were talking about something completely different, and you said Karate Kid is the greatest movie of all time. I said, no, it is not the greatest movie of all time. First of all, it's just not. Second of all, the Barry Gordy's The Last Dragon is the greatest movie of all time, in my opinion. Now, we know that these things are subjective. First of all, I want to say that. We know that these things are subjective. So I will be basing my statements up with facts. Now, everything I went back and I watched Karate Kid because I told you I hadn't seen it. I had not seen it in over 10 years, probably, because it's not a movie that I think is even worth rewatching on multiple occasions. So that, number one, excludes it in my criteria of the greatest movie of all time. On the other hand, you and I both have said that we watch Barry Gordy's The Last Dragon multiple times a year. And I think that even though you just said that doesn't make it, that's not criteria for one of the greatest movies of all time, I think it is. But in your own criteria of score, filmmaking, the story, the characters and their arcs and their development, I think I still got a case for Barry Gordy's The Last Dragon being the best movie of all time.
All right. Well, let me ask y'all this. So, where do you want to go? Yeah, Daniel, straight out the gate, man. Where do you want to go first? What part of it, or what part do you want to go into first?
It do eating.
He, man.
That boy pulling out with the noodles.
You gotta do it.
Hey, we can start it off with character development. We can go there first.
So we'll start off with character development. and I will give each one of you, like once we started, give about 2 minutes to talk about the part of character development, each to say it and response.
So what? So brother Sean Mack, what did Daniel LaRusso, the main character of the Karate Kid, what was his character development? What was his arc? What did he learn in the movie?
Nah, bro. This ain't about you asking me questions. You present your case, say your pull up, say what you gotta say, and I got you. And I got you from there on out, man.
Oh, so you can't answer the question. Okay.
This ain't Danny J Quick running the show. This ain't you questioning me. Nah, man, you go and pull up, present your case. That's how
you need some time. You need some time to think about it. I understand. Okay, cool.
Time to think about it. don't present your case, man. But I don't fall into your trap where you run the show. Nah, man. It's Sean Mack, baby. I don't know if you forgot.
Hey,
you didn't see what I done did to people before. Go on, pull up. Pull up.
You said you wanted to start with character development, so I thought you had something you wanted to say.
Hey, ladies first. Go ahead with character development. Go on, go on, pull up, dog. Let's get it, baby.
All right, so I'll tell you because I'm not scared. Barry Gordy's The Last Dragon has the best character development of the two movies. Okay, in the beginning of the movie, there's a question asked: "Who's the master?" Okay, the entire film is about answering that question. The entire film is about young Bruce Leroy Green answering the question, who's the master, and finding the master within himself. By the end of the movie, not only does he know not only does he gain the knowledge of who the master is, but because of the knowledge he gained, he's able to do things that he was not able to do in the beginning of the movie. Are those facts?
So,
is he done? Are you done? Okay,
I'm done.
Are you done? Are you done?
Now, before Sean goes, so you're saying because he gained more power from the beginning of the movie to where it is now, ergo becoming said master, that is his character development.
No, he gained. It's not about the power that he had. It's about the knowledge that he gained and the way that he changed from the beginning of the movie to the end of the movie. If the character doesn't change from the beginning to the end of the movie, then there's no proof that he learned anything. There's no proof that he grew from one place to another.
Okay. All right, Sean Mack. Go ahead.
Let me tell you something. So what the brother Danny J Quick just explained was story arc. That had absolutely nothing to do with character development. I'm gonna tell you.
Character development. The character.
I let you talk.
You went.
I'll let you pull up. Now I'm about to pull up and give you this work. Let me pull up and give you this work. All right. Speaking on The Last Dragon, first and foremost, character development was effing horrible. Effing horrible. Let me tell you why. From the very first scene in the movie, he was already proclaimed the master. If you're doing character development and you want to get buy-in from the audience, right? You have to make them sympathetic. You have to make it something that somebody wants to gravitate towards too. How can you gravitate towards somebody who's already the truth? He started off in the movie catching arrows. His master proclaimed that he had already surpassed the final level. Remember, he completed the circle. Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't watch that movie, baby. Oh, you about to get work. Oh, you about to get these bars right here.
He completed the circle.
You gonna get these bars.
Go ahead and keep talking because there's a question that you're not answering. That is the real question.
You gonna get these bars. So he pulled up. He was already catching arrows without even knowing what the color was. And then Master said, "How do you know? How did you know? You knew without knowing.
Knowing without knowing. Absolutely.
Knowing without knowing. So you already the truth at the beginning. He was already the truth at the beginning. He started off already the master with the glow and the fight scene in the beginning. You know what I mean? So with that being the case, how can you develop to be something that you already was? What you said was the story arc by him figuring it out. Basically, y'all saying that this dude was stupid. He was stupid through the whole thing. He was stupid, which we already know. We already know he was kind of stupid because he was walking around acting stupid through the whole movie, and everybody know it. The little virgin boy was walking around acting stupid.
He was walking around acting stupid?
He was walking around acting stupid. Virgin boy.
He was Karate Kid, though?
Okay.
All right. Hold on. So speaking on the Karate Kid, right? He started off he started off. So you talk about character development. He started off already not being the truth. He started off not the truth, and he had to develop. He had to overcome fear. Bruce Leroy ain't never have to overcome fear. Show enough stood in front of him in the middle of the movie theater,
and
talking reckless. He ain't even budge. He stood there smiling,
he did not fight him
with his chopsticks, eating popcorn with chopsticks.
But he did not fight him.
He didn't have to. He wasn't scared of him either. He wasn't scared of him.
It's not about
scared of everybody. He was scared of everything. He was scared of conflict. He was scared to talk to that girl.
He was scared of conflict.
Hold on.
It's my turn. Mike.
Hold up. I need a gavel. So,
gavel, because he about to do his work.
Danny said for his 2 minutes why he thought Last Dragon had character development, and Sean responded to Last Dragon having character development. Now, Sean, I'm gonna give you 1 more minute because now this is your time to talk about a Karate Kid character development. You already started it, but I need you to talk about Karate Kid's development so Danny J. Quick can respond.
Throughout the entire movie, he had issues that he had to deal with. He had to learn about adversity through the whole movie. He had to learn about how to deal with talking to his girl. He had to understand how to learn to accept training, because he made the sacred pact with his teacher. Hey, remember, we make sacred pact. You do, I say. He had to understand that he was getting trained something. He didn't even know he was getting trained to the point where he finally exploded and he learned the lesson. Oh, I was getting taught the Miyagi style where I don't even get told what I'm doing, but he still learned it. So he learned everything he had to do. So even at the end, throughout all of that, he had to face his fear on fighting Johnny, and that's when Mr. Miyagi told him, no more fear. Right now is the time to fight. It don't matter whether you win or lose, just make a good fight. And that's what he had to learn. So at the whole movie, that's all he had to learn was don't be scared. Just go on and do what you got to do and make good fight. Well, go ahead.
All right. Go ahead, Danny. You get to respond back.
Okay, so you mean to tell me that Danny LaRusso was scared of conflict when every opportunity he got, he ran up and punched somebody in the face. He's sucker punching dudes. He's over here pouring water over people's head in bathroom stalls, knowing that they're gonna chase him and gang up on him, but he's scared of conflict. Okay, so Danny LaRusso's favorite term in the Karate Kid was "I understand." Every time Mr. Miyagi said something, I didn't understand what he was saying and I'm a 35-year-old man. I'm like, Mr. Miyagi's over here spitting some wisdom. Danny LaRusso, I understand. Instantly he gets it. Okay, so there couldn't have been any barrier to understanding because every time he said something, he understood it apparently. And then
that's
the fear of fighting.
That's incorrect.
How was he scared of fighting? How was he scared of fighting the Cobra Kai guys when, like I said, every time he had an opportunity to fight them, he fought them? How is that showing fear? How is that showing any kind of hesitation if every time I'm face to face with these insurmountable odds of me versus 4 or 5 dudes who are trained karate black belts, all of them are black belts and above. I'm holding my own. I'm fighting. I can't be scared of these dudes. There's no way.
Okay, are you done? Are you done? So first off, the first couple times that he got into scraps with them, it was just a kid fighting a kid. He didn't know they was martial artists until he went to the school. So here, take away the first fight with Johnny. That's the first fight. He didn't know Johnny was a martial artist. Take away the fight with the dude on the when he was on the soccer field and he scrapped up his boy and he gave him the business. Matter of fact, when he scrapped up his boy, he didn't know he was a martial artist. He just knew that was a dude that kicked him when he was trying to do the soccer thing. So then he didn't know till he went to the class. And really, if you go there, when he got to the class, the only person that he visibly saw, it was like, oh, that's the dude, was Johnny. So he don't know who's who. He's new to this area, dude. You're talking about what you assume. You assume that he knew he was fighting these martial artists. So that's 2 fights. That's 2 fights where he didn't. The third one, where he dropped the water on the guy, because the other one, beyond that, it was him getting ran off the road by motorcycles. That wasn't a fight. He got ran off the road by motorcycles. Wasn't no fight there. So he didn't start that. Then when you talk about the thing, he was trying to impress the girl because the girl said it. He was trying to show her lessons have to be learned. He had been working with Mr. Miyagi, just like him overcoming the fear of even going to the damn party. overcoming. Remember, he wasn't gonna go. Mr. Miyagi say, "Oh, you young men sitting here by yourself is not good. You need to get young flower." And he was like, "Nah, man, I'm gonna sit here. I'm not alone. I'm with you." He was like, "Yeah, but nah, you need to go mess with some girls." So he went listening to Mr. Miyagi, his trainer, because what did Mr. Miyagi teach him? It's
Everything.
no such thing as a
Everything.
bad student. It's a bad teacher.
Mhm.
So teacher say, student do. And that's what he did. He went, the girl, he's meeting with the girl, meeting the young flower. He's meeting the young flower, baby.
All right. So,
baby.
Let me respond to that. Let me respond to that.
hold on. As far as character development,
Get this work.
those
Let
of
me
you that are
respond to that
watching,
real quick.
those of you that are watching right now, put in the comments. Let us know who do you think won as far as character development.
Get this work.
Danny J. Quick, I'll let you respond to that, but after that, we need to move on to the next part.
You over here
Okay,
getting this
two
work.
things. Because first of all, you're right. Johnny didn't know that they were martial artists. He didn't know that they were martial artists, but he was already studying martial artists. So he was already studying martial arts. So doesn't that make him the bully
Who
in
was
that
studying
case?
martial arts?
Danny was studying martial arts
No,
before
he
he
was
came.
not.
Before he moved, yes, he did. He had the literature. He had the books. He was already
He had a
training.
book.
All right, it's my turn though. It's my turn though. It's my turn. And then also, the reason you're missing the point about The Last Dragon is because the movie was not about him being able to beat up people. It's not about him being able to fight and beat up people. Yes, you're right. He was the master. He was the master when it came to these hands. He needed self-confidence. That's what he did not have. He didn't believe in himself. That's what the entire movie was about. When they ask who's the master, he's not asking who can beat up who. He's asking who is in control. You are. You're in control. You're the master of your own destiny. And that's what you failed to get from the film. Go ahead, Mike. We can go to the next thing.
He's hey CJ when he like don't let Sean respond. Hurry up, go to the next thing. Hurry up. I don't want to get no more of that work. Everybody that's watching know that he know that Danny J. Quick getting that work. Danny J. Quick wife in the background know he getting that work. You know you getting that work, baby.
That's my
All right.
daughter. That's
Oh,
my
I'm sorry.
daughter.
I thought that was
Karate Kid.
Sorry, my bad.
All right. Well, right now, right now, our Facebook users are saying that Sean Mack won that round. Karate Kid.
Getting this work.
Next, what's the next part of the film that you guys want to examine?
Hey, let's go to score since Sean brought that up.
Okay.
I mean, what? Every scene, the music set the mood of the film, and it went with it. It went exactly with what was going on from the time when he scrapped with the dude on the beach. The score went from that little somber music, we happy playing or whatever, to when Johnny pulled up and the whole mood changed. That's what the score does for
No,
me.
it did not. No, it did not.
All right, man.
I wish I had it up on Netflix for you right now because I want you to go back and watch the scene. Because I even wrote it down.
I'm right here.
If you go to the scene where he's training at the beach, when
Right
Mr.
on that.
Miyagi is first doing the crane technique, right? When he first sees the crane technique, can you please explain to me why there's such a techno happy music going on in the background when this dude is supposed to be in such a despairing spot that he doesn't know that he's going to be able to go back to school the next day? Why is there such happy music playing when they're supposed to be this focus and calm and learning about balance? The music is all over the place.
You just said it. Focus, calm. The music was ambiance when he was looking at Mr. Miyagi on the thing doing the crane technique. You just said the first time.
But the music was like,
You said, I did that on the video with somebody else I had to put in their place before. You just said, anyway.
Oh my goodness.
The ambiance when Mr. Miyagi was doing the crane technique was to show everybody how calm and focused he was. Like you just said, it was a nice, calm.
The music was opposite, though. The music was the opposite.
The ambiance, dude. It wasn't any music. It's the that was the thing. It was nothing. It was no other music going. Obviously, you wrote down the wrong notes.
I literally was just watching it. So
it's literally on my screen right here.
I don't want to get
Mike on my screen.
trouble.
You don't want to get Mike in trouble.
He's freezing again. Is he getting his work? Anybody that know that scene, when he's up there all you hear is birds chirping, and you see the serenity of Mr. Miyagi slowly, not like Daniel did it at the end, all stiff or whatever. He was slowly doing that kick over and over. He was doing that crane kick, and he was doing it the actual way they're supposed to go. And it was nothing but silence and a serene score sound. Not any music. There wasn't any music on that scene. It was a score sound.
Again, the score. That's another question I was going to ask you, because to me, and I mean, I know that this kind of stuff was developed later on in filmmaking techniques, but it seemed like they would have used a similar score from the first time that he learned the technique to when he used it in the end, and it was completely opposite. Like, it seemed like to me they could have done a better job of connecting the two, especially since the movie ended right there. That's another thing that bothered me about Karate Kid, was that the movie ended so abruptly when he won the tournament. That the music, the score that came from him first learning about the crane technique, because that's the important part of the film, was so different from at the end when he used it. There was no, I don't know what the word is for it, but there just wasn't any connectivity from those two scenes. And they were supposed, and since that's the ending climax of the movie, I would assume that there should be more than just that imagery of the kick.
All right, so first and foremost, he never learned about the crane technique. He never learned how to do it. That's why he did it wrong. Because if you know the crane technique, he's supposed to leap off of one foot and land on the same foot. He never learned the crane technique.
Then why did it work?
He emulated it. He got a lucky kick, and that's something we can go into. He got a lucky kick.
He got a lucky kick, so that proves that he's the best. That's not the lesson that you learn in the movie.
He wasn't the best. That was the point.
You're right.
And all of your little followers and all your henchmen kept saying that. They keep talking about how Danny wasn't a good fighter. It never was supposed to be a good fighter. That's why the people that set up the movie, that wrote the movie, they were so smart. They were so smart in the way that they wrote it that they didn't make it to where it was just a brawl out fight between him and Johnny, because he would have lost. Everybody knows that. He wasn't a fighter. That's also why the people
why did he have to win the tournament?
Hold on. That's why the other people that jumped in, all your friends and all your partners that keep riding your coattails, jumping in and saying that, and then Karate Kid 2 was better. That's why I don't think Karate Kid 2 is better, because there's no way he would have won that fight. He's no way. But in a fight where it's based off of points, he got the lucky point. He got
the lucky point time after time. This is where you're wrong. This is where you're wrong on this part. This man is in a tournament. This is not a single fight that you can. Anybody can win. I think anybody can get a lucky hit and win one fight. But the opposite is true when it comes to a tournament. That's why they make it a tournament, because you have to be statistically the best in order to get further in the tournament. This dude beat. Not only did he beat. What's the bad guy's name?
Johnny.
Not only did he beat Johnny, but he beat 3 of Johnny's boys, the only black dude on the entire Cobra Kai team. He beat him first. I'm like, they're showing you, and then the music is saying, "You're the best around." Bruh, you cannot say that this kid is the best when he is literally not. He's literally not the best. And then you just said that it wasn't to prove that he was the best, but the music, the score that you're so proud of is telling me that he is the best. So how do I?
Just FYI, that soundtrack, that's not score.
Score. If they use it in the movie, it is score though.
Did he, Mike?
If you go to the definition, if it's used during the film, it is score. Yes, it is. Thank you. It is because they use it in the film.
No, that's not true. That's part of the soundtrack. But anyway, the best, if you listen to the song ain't saying he's the best. The song is saying nothing's gonna. The thing is, nothing's gonna never keep you down. And he was saying, and the whole thing is the song. Since you want to talk about the song was them talking about how he's not gonna stay down, because he kept getting knocked down and he kept getting back up. That's all it was. That's what it was about.
So the song didn't say you're the best.
Oh, the song was called. The movie was The Last Dragon. What was that about? It wasn't about him being the last dragon. There wasn't no dragons in the movie. Oh my God. Get this work, baby.
The dragon has the glow, though. The dragon has. You said you saw the medallions, right? The medallion was the last dragon was the last medallion that he received when he became the master. You said that you watched the movie. The last medallion was the dragon. He received that, so he became the last dragon, and he's the master. So now he should be able to obtain the globe.
So what does being the master have to do with the last dragon? You see what I'm saying? How one thing don't go with the other.
It does in the film. It does in the film because he received the symbol of the last dragon. It does in the film. That's good filmmaking. That's not just some random stuff thrown in there piece by piece. That medallion is a symbol for what is in the score to go along with the filmmaking. So
next you're gonna start saying catching bullet with teeth is good filmmaking too, right?
Yes, because they put it in there. And if they would have caught that bullet at the end of the movie without them mentioning that earlier, it would that is the same thing as Mr. Miyagi doing this and fixing Daniel LaRusso's knee in the beginning.
That's an actual thing.
Okay.
That's an actual thing. People catching bullet with their teeth is not an actual thing.
Amateurs don't actually win karate tournaments though. That's not a thing. So him doing that is putting an idea down. That's what's it called? Mike? Foreshadowing.
It's called foreshadowing.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Hey, just so you know, I speak fluent movie folk, dude. This is what I do, man.
Me too.
I do this. This is what I do.
I'm just regular people making comics right now, though. That's all it is.
Hold on. Dragon is a title earned by the caliber of fighter, correct? That's what Victor's asking.
Which made him start off as the caliber of the greatest fighter, which was just stupid.
No, it's because the movie's not about him being the best fighter. It's not about him being the best fighter. It's about him having self-confidence. I already told you that, and you're not listening, apparently. You're not listening because I already explained that. But, like you said, you're the best around is not... Okay, Mr. Miyagi, doing this, that foreshadowing of him using that earlier, is the same thing as Shonuff coming into that theater and said, catches bullets with his teeth? Nigga, please. You know, then at the end of the movie, that's just a tack on at the end. Because the second villain, Eddie Arcadia, he did not care about any of that master stuff. He didn't care about any of that stuff that they were doing with the fighting. He cared about what he could use it for, what he could use every person in the movie for. And when he saw that he caught that bullet, you saw it changed for him immediately.
Yeah, and I'm glad that you brought up Eddie Arcadia.
Mm-hmm.
The most stupidly written villain of all time.
What's up, Doomsmith Art, man? How you doing?
Of all time. A guy that wants to kidnap a lady to get his girlfriend's video played. You telling me that's good writing for a great movie? I'm telling you, retarded.
Eddie Arcadia was the most realistic part of the film.
What?
Are you telling me that you don't know people who have held situations hostage? Are you telling me that you don't know real life people who have done similar things as holding people's money hostage to get what they want? People holding people's family hostage to get what they want. People holding people's information back. People holding receipts so that they can say, now you got to do what I say you got to do because I'm the master, right? Huh?
Not to get no video played on a TV show. No,
it's not about the video. It's not about the video. It's about the power that you have.
I see you trying to hold this work that you about to get hostage by.
No, it's not about the video. It's about the power that you have over people. It's not about the video. Is stupid. You saw the video.
But we're talking about the story of a movie, dude.
Right, absolutely.
And how believable it is, dude. Mm-hmm. It was nothing in that was believable. He kidnapped a video queen to get his video played. Come on, man. That's not stupid. That's not
more believable than Danny LaRusso winning a karate tournament after training up for a month.
All right,
way more convincing.
All right, next thing you can be saying is the hits with the sparks flying like Power Rangers or whatever is believable too, right? And the bullet, all that stuff is believable. Now, just everybody, let's just end this right now because it's all just believable that
within the confines of the movie,
magic glowing powers. You know what I'm saying? It's believable for a story. All right,
within the confines of the movie, within the rules of the movie that the movie set, it is believable. Absolutely. because that's what makes a great film. You stay within the confines of the rules that you set. Karate Kid didn't do that.
What?
It did not, because
explain, John.
if Danny would have beat I keep forgetting his name. If he would have beat him in a one-on-one fight outside of that tournament, if it didn't have to do with the tournament,
Right.
Karate Kid would have had more of an emotional impact to me. It was just so unbelievable to me that I'm watching these seasoned, trained professionals get beat by this kid who you said is not the best. That is more because
the kid that learned the valuable lesson that Mr. Miyagi taught him. Karate is for defense. He learned how to defend. So every time they threw kicks and punches, especially in the last match with Johnny, you saw that he learned defense. If you go back and look at the scene where Johnny throws the flurry at him, he throws a flurry. Then Danielson used every single move that
Absolutely.
Mr. Miyagi taught him.
that was dope.
It was about defense. It wasn't about him being able to throw the best. Remember, he didn't even barely learn how to punch and kick because Mr. Miyagi told him when he first started, before he even started training, karate is for defense. It's not for attack. When Danny said, well, teach me for revenge, he was like, you look for early casket. It's not about fighting. It's about defending. So he learned how to block. He learned to do everything that he needed to do to make it through those matches where you keep saying, oh, they was trained, but they teacher taught them wrong. Their teacher was teaching them to attack. Bad teacher leads to bad student.
Okay, so you're saying that the movie, so you're saying that the movie was actually about Mr. Miyagi then. So when they're saying that you're the best, they're talking about the teacher was the best. Hold
on.
You trying that's the change narrative again because you're getting this work. It's cool.
All right, so we got
there's no work being got.
Brad is saying Sean Mack is very convincing. Victor says Karate Kid is the more iconic movie, but Last Dragon is actually a better movie. Doomsmith Art from Twitch says The Last Dragon was Barry Gordy's failed attempt at producing movies. The writing fell short. Majority of the writing team weren't too familiar with scripting for people of color, and says, am I wrong?
Hell no, he ain't wrong.
And still with all the obstacles, not just in the film cast and crew went through so many obstacles to make that film. Hey, you can keep saying that I can get this work. That doesn't disprove the fact that you're wrong. So I got a question for you. About Karate Kid. Okay, so you're saying that Danny LaRusso went through all of this adversity, right? Can you tell me how is it adversity for the man to get a car, right? To get the girl, right? To win a karate tournament, not just beating the main guy, but beating everybody else in the tournament, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, always saying the right thing. This is the one thing that really got me about watching Karate Kid. This dude said the right thing every time. This dude, every conversation that he had, especially with the young lady, he said the right, most smoothest thing every time. This dude. Hey,
Danny J. Quick, say that one more time. The right, most rightest thing. Smooth.
The right, most rightest. The most rightest, possible rightest thing that he could have said. He said every time. If you go, when you go back and watch it next time, I want you to pay very close attention to the way that he responds to is her name Jenny? What was her name?
Allie with an I.
Allie.
Because I just watched it. You said you just watched Allie with an I.
Yeah.
He's dead with an L.
Cool. But I want you to pay attention to how smoothly this dude responds in every situation.
He wasn't smooth.
No, yeah, he was.
Okay. I'm just gonna rattle off a bunch of times where he was just totally not smooth.
The shower? That was the smoothest thing I've ever seen in a film. Shower costume.
Don't confuse somebody having charisma. You got charisma and having some good wordplay sometimes with all the time. Let's start it off with the first time he screwed up. After he got his butt whooped by Johnny at the thing, right? Mm-hmm. He got his butt whooped by Johnny at the beach, right?
Yeah.
Allie came. That was you talking about smooth. This your time to be the man because girls always want to, want to help out. Oh, you just got hurt and you was trying to help me. What did he tell her? Was he smooth at that moment? Was he smooth? What did he say? Just leave me alone. Just leave me alone.
Because he was
Just
embarrassed.
go. He didn't even turn around and look at her.
He
Hold
was
on,
embarrassed.
go another one, because you just said every time he said the right thing. That was not the right thing to say. If you
It was
said,
the right thing to say at that time.
man, you sound crazy. You sound
No.
crazy. Okay, second time. Let's keep it going. 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 So the second time, the second thing he said wrong. He was at the school, and she saw him. You know, they was walking they was walking towards Johnny and them, and he turned around to walk away. And he was like, hey, I forgot this thing I got to do. And she's like, hey, you got to be able to address this at some point. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, yo, I deal with it the way I deal with it. You deal with it how you deal with it. Why don't you just get off my back? Was that the right thing to say? Or was that in front of her girls? You can't
At
say
that
that
moment.
in front of her girls.
You know what? You're right. You're right. I'll correct myself.
I know you correct yourself because you
He
out here
said that-
getting this work.
He said the wrong thing 2 times.
Oh,
And
no,
the second time, and the second no, and the second time,
No, let's keep
and
it
the
going.
second time was
No, let's keep it going. He said the wrong thing again. You just said that he always said, I understand. Mr. Miyagi say, hey, when you karate do, guess
No.
so, switch just like great. Because
That's not
why?
what I
He
said.
kept saying, I guess. He wasn't saying yes or no. He
that's what I
wasn't
said.
saying
That's not what I
your
said.
best.
I said it was his favorite thing to say. It was the thing that he said the most was I
He
understand.
said every single
I
time
didn't. I
Miyagi
didn't.
asked him
That's not what I
something,
said.
he said, I understand
That's not
your
what I said.
exact words. When
That's
this
not what I said.
somebody's gonna go back
That's not what I said.
and they go see that
I can't rewind.
I said when this is over, somebody's gonna go back and rewind this, and they're gonna say, and I'm
doubt it.
timestamp it. I'm actually timestamp it. I'm gonna timestamp it just for
I
you.
doubt it.
Your exact words was every single time Mr. Miyagi said something to him, he said, I understand. Therefore, there's no way he could have not understood what was going on in the movie. That's what you said. Your exact words. That's what you said. So he said, I guess. Mr. Miyagi checked him like, yeah, you can't be saying I guess. Either you gonna do it or you not gonna do it. So otherwise it's just like great. Because you know, I watched the movie. I did not watch the movie. And you getting this work. I just want you to know you getting this work. But it's okay. I feel like Allen Iverson stepping over what's his name, Lou. I'm fucking you up right now.
Hey, he didn't win the finals though. He didn't get the ring though.
Man, y'all is out here.
He didn't get the ring though.
What
I am
ring?
just doing some warm up,
Allen
John.
Iverson didn't win a ring that year. He can
We're not
step over
talking about the
somebody.
ring. We talking about
Yes, y'all. We're talking about the greatest of all time. We're talking about the greatest of all time. He didn't win the tournament. He might win a game, but you didn't win the tournament. As a matter of fact, they didn't even win that game.
Doomsmith, I'm working on a warm up drawing that's turned into an actual piece, practicing some anatomy study. Y'all is out here, man. We then went from the soundtrack to 7 different alleys of conversation here, so I can't even say. So far, in your opinions, those of us watching, those of us watching so far, who is winning this argument, Karate Kid or The Last Dragon? Let's hear your opinion in the comments so far.
Can I say something good about Karate Kid though?
Go ahead.
About the filmmaking in Karate Kid. So there's a scene in Karate Kid where, right after he left Cobra Kai the first time, right, and he's across the street at his mom's work.
That's that scene right there. That's that scene right there. Yeah, that's that scene.
Yeah,
that's that
right. When he visited him the first time. So he goes across the street where his mom works at the diner, right? And he's sitting there. He's distracted. You can tell that he's distracted. You can tell that he's distracted because he's not eating his food. His mom comes to sit down and she starts talking to him, but he's not really paying attention to what she's saying. Mm-hmm. And during the whole scene, in the background of the scene is the kids coming out and they see him. Yeah. They decide not to go after him and they leave. That film, in front of his mom. That scene right there in the film, I think is one of the best pieces of filmmaking I think I've ever seen, because every piece of the stuff that we've been talking about here was perfect in that scene right there.
And there are absolutely no scenes like that in The Last Dragon whatsoever. Absolutely not a single scene that's that intense.
The whole movie is that.
You sound crazy. They also employed that tactic.
Teach me some moves.
Nobody would even have heard that. You know what I mean?
That's why they started the music.
Had to do it when they cut the music off right at the right time.
That's right.
Because he said things right at the right time.
No, he didn't.
Danny.
He said it twice. He said it twice before then, and nobody heard it. Yeah. So he wasn't saying it at the right time.
Hey, they also use that move though, that when you see the things in the background, if you ever really want to check out some really good filming, good film work. They do that in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the original one. They do that in a lot of background scenes on that too.
Daniel says Karate Kid.
Stuff going on in the background of the scene. You check that out. If you like stuff like that, they do that a lot in that movie. In part one, they do that a lot where you see stuff going on in the background.
Daniel says the Karate Kid is winning. Somebody else said the Karate Kid is winning, but I'd rather watch The Last Dragon. And Doomsday Art said, if I'm going off the conversation, then Sean Mack is doing a better job defending Karate Kid. I want you to know I am completely unbiased in this. I'm just sitting here trying to moderate the both of you and failing at it.
Listen, here's the thing. Again, and I said it in the beginning. And most people, most of the henchmen for the Last Dragon and Danny J. Quick, most of the henchmen in talking, they're speaking based on their bias for the film. And I'm gonna be 100% honest. A lot of the henchmen, I check the profiles.
Oh God,
it's black people. One person even said it in the comments here, where
you got against black people.
No. Listen. One person even said it in the comments on this thread, on this video. One person even said in a comment, they didn't have nobody that look like me, so I can't relate to it. And that's what it is. A lot of people is trying to relate to the fact, because a lot of people that's talking in this debate is typically black people. You know what I'm saying? And
that's another point in filmmaking, though. If you don't have, and I understand, I don't understand. As a matter of fact, the films were made around the same time. They were made within 2 years of each other, right?
Yep.
One film had a very, very diverse cast.
Yeah, I agree.
The other film did not. I think Karate Kid probably had 2 speaking lines for people of color, like for Black and Hispanic folks. Now, like I said, I don't know if it had that many. I know the one
because Lamar from Nerds didn't speak once. He just got beat up in one scene, and then he got beat up in another scene.
He got beat up in both scenes.
That was Lamar from Nerds, dude.
Was it?
Yeah, that was Lamar from Nerds.
I did not know that. That's crazy.
Oh, Lamar. See, I'm in the game, baby. But yeah, he had 2 scenes in the movie. He got beat up in the class, and then he got beat up in the tournament twice.
Yeah, he got beat up by both.
I don't remember no black people speaking in that movie. He did get beat up twice though.
The one judge, or the one who said fight, he was a black guy.
No, he wasn't.
He was dark skinned if he wasn't.
He might have been a person of color, but he wasn't black. He wasn't black. He wasn't black. He would have been Hispanic.
So, another thing that I have a problem with Karate Kid. Why was there so much?
Hold on. Before you say that though, let's keep in mind the topic of diversity in movies and stuff, and black people being in the movies and stuff, or them pushing diversity, has really only come to the forefront within like the late 90s and 2000s. It's been talked about. It's when social media became a thing. That's the reality. So you can't say, oh, well, the movie failed because of diversity. No, that was just kind of practice. It's like saying superheroes ain't been around that's more diverse. I mean, it's always
because you said that it's the greatest movie of all time. So that means in 1985 it was the greatest movie, and in 2020 it's the greatest movie. So when we're talking about diversity in 2020, then this movie has to meet the criteria. Or it's not the greatest movie of all time. It might have been the greatest movie of 1985.
Diversity is not the greatest movie of all time. The story is a criteria. Diversity. Not if people are in the comments saying that they can't connect to it because it doesn't have any black people. That is part of the criteria. No, that's not part of the criteria.
If that's what people are saying.
Somebody said the greatest movie of all time had aliens in it. It was an alien movie. It wouldn't matter. It don't matter what the characters. It's the story. It's how you relate to the story, and more people relate to the story. You know what I'm saying? The story is what matters, dude. It ain't about you can't have a race or a nationality dictate, or a diverse piece dictate whether the movie is good. It's about what did you get from the movie, and all encompassing about it. It ain't about who was in it though.
I'm not saying it's a big part of it. I'm not saying that it's a big part of it, but it is a part of it.
No part. There's no part. Not in the criteria. It's not. It's not. Like, you got a lot of awesome movies, a lot of great movies that I'm pretty sure is on your list that didn't have diversity in it. If you probably list your top 10, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of them that ain't got no diversity because a lot of them are older, and we all know that the greatest movies came from the 80s. You know what I'm saying? The greatest movies came from the 80s, and a lot of those movies don't have no diversity at all. Some got all white cast.
Listen. I'm not saying.
But it don't
They-
change the fact that
There's
they
a lot of great films that were made in the 80s, but they're not The Last Dragon, which is the greatest film that was made.
I mean, you sound crazy, and that's why you're getting this work, and everybody agreeing that you're getting this work.
you can keep saying that I'm getting this work. That doesn't make it true.
It doesn't make it true.
I'm telling you, you're getting this work, man. You're getting this work. It's cool though.
Hey, so I did a quick poll. Actually, I didn't do a poll. There was another page on Facebook who shared a picture, and they asked, who was the better between the two, Daniel LaRusso or Bruce Leroy Green, and I think the vote was overwhelmingly in my favor.
He's about on the Fight of the Century group. I already know where you.
No, it wasn't Fight of the Century. It was like '90s nerd or something like that.
Oh,
and
it
was like
Danny versus Danny versus Leroy, right?
Yeah, and you know why that is? And I'm gonna tell you why that is.
There was a post about a fight. The post was about them fighting. But nobody ever said Danny could beat. No, I didn't say Danny could beat Johnny. The funny thing is, if you even pay attention to everything,
the movie said it though.
Who?
The movie said it. Karate Kid said it.
No, it said he beat him in the tournament. They never say he could beat him in a fight. Nobody said he could beat him in a fight. Every fight that they got in, he lost. He fought him 2 times and got his.
He didn't, because he got it. He fought in the tournament against 10 people and won every fight. Those are still fights, even though they're rules and strict. He didn't even know the rules.
Technically, he didn't win every fight. The one fight, the dude did an illegal kick and got disqualified, and Johnny moved on to the next round.
That's still a win, though.
That's not a win. That's not a win in skilling. Now, see, I'm trying not to be biased, Danny, but you gotta have all the facts right.
Hey, if you go to the next round, then that's considered a win. I don't care if it's disqualification, if it was for rain or whatever. If it's a win in the win column, that's a win to me. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, I just want you to see this smirk that Johnny got on his face right there, because he's smirking that you're getting his work right now.
Hey, I want to know why Danny was so mean to Johnny. I don't understand it. When I went back and watched the movie, it really bugged me that Danny was supposed to be this, he was supposed to be the underdog. He was supposed to be, out of place. He was new to the town, but he had all of this confidence, especially after he got with Mr. Miyagi. After he got with Mr. Miyagi, he had all this confidence to talk all this junk when he knew that they couldn't do nothing to your boy.
Because he knew they couldn't do nothing, and he was trying to impress the girl. That was the whole point.
What kind of hero is that?
Because this is how it's realistic, and this is why I say there's people that can relate to this, and this is how you make somebody connect. Because there's a kid that you went to school with, right? When you was younger, I'm talking about elementary school. There's a kid that you went to school with that had a problem with another kid, and you remember how it used to be back in the older days, where their parents got involved, and the parent went and talked to the other parent, like, "Hey, tell your son leave my kid alone, whatever." And what did that kid do? That kid wasn't gonna go mess with this. This is in our era. The kid wasn't gonna go mess with that other kid no more, because he knew his mom was gonna kick off in his butt. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
That's all that Mr. Miyagi did, and that's all. That's why. And when that kid knew that kid wasn't gonna mess with him no more, he got to talking reckless. He got to being real reckless, because he like, hey, if something happened, your mama go find out. You gonna get in trouble. Mr. Miyagi said, you go talk to the teacher. Well, actually, Daniel said, I should go just talk to the teacher. Great. And Mr. Miyagi said, now you use head for more than punching bag. And Danny was like, what do you mean? He was like, you just said it. Yeah, go do that. That's what you should go do. And he went with him. And when he talked to him and the teacher confirmed that what he said was right, Danny was like, oh shit, Mr. Miyagi had a point. They can't mess with me. And because what did the teacher say? Nobody's to touch the prima donna until the tournament. Is that understood? You getting this work, baby. You getting this work. So when he said that, of course Danny's got the confidence, and that's what he told Allie. She was like, "Oh, here they come," and he was like, "Oh no, it's all good." And she like, "No, we can go. Maybe I was wrong on what I said." He like, "No, we good," because he knows that, hey, teacher say, student do, right? That was the thing. The teacher
say, student do. This is another problem I had with the movie. All right. So explain to me, Mr. Miyagi is the man.
Hey, Mr. Miyagi's the truth. Dude.
Mr. Miyagi, the man.
I actually used his style to train people at jobs. I actually used that.
Mr. Miyagi, the man. But I will say, he taught Daniel some bad things in addition to the good things that he taught him. Because I didn't realize the first time I saw the movie that they stole a black belt at the end. That last scene where they were getting to the karate, he stole a black belt. He entered the whole tournament illegally. He dang on had this boy driving without a license.
He was driving without a license.
He was driving without. You're right. He was driving without a license. Dang on all kinds of stuff, man. Dang on Mr. Miyagi. And then again,
he got drunk and told Danny about how he killed many people.
Yep, absolutely.
Killing people.
Killing folks. This impressionable young teenage mind. He's telling them all of this stuff that he probably shouldn't be hearing at that age.
Hey, you know what? But you know what I love about everything that you're saying?
What?
Is unlike the character looking up to a facade, meaning a movie character in Bruce Lee. He's looking up and learning from a real live person that has flaws.
But that's real life, though. That's real life.
Exactly.
That's real life. And I'm gonna tell you how it's real life. What Bruce Leroy did is real life. We all see these celebrities, right? We all see these celebrities living their life, right? We see all our friends and stuff on social media, and we be like, "Yo, I want to impress these people. I want to impress these folks. I want to put an image out there of myself that might not be real, but the real comes when you understand what's inside of you." It's fine to go and say, I want to use Sean Mack as inspiration. I want to follow him so that he can inspire me to be better. But once you get to the point where it's preventing you from taking the next step, you got to look within yourself. And that was what the whole Last Dragon was about. Look inside of you. That's where the real master is. Who's the master?
But on the same token, I mean, you know what I'm saying? All males should have a father figure. You know what I mean? Yeah. And Danny had that in a real life father figure that he can see make mistakes, that he can see do things wrong. I mean, he had to put Mr. Miyagi in the bed because Mr. Miyagi was drunk. So this guy is not flawless. But he also saw, and here's another one. He also saw Johnny's father figure, which they emphasized on Cobra Kai. You know what I'm saying? Because Cobra Kai was dope enough that they could, Karate Kid was dope enough they could continue it on. Couldn't do that even with Samuel Jackson saying he was going to play show enough. They couldn't get it done. Busta Rhymes wanted to play. They couldn't get it done with Last Dragon. But anyway, he saw.
That's more about fame and what you make money off of. That's not about. Okay.
I had to do one. You did a couple. I gave you passes. But anyway, he saw Johnny's father figure, and Johnny's father figure was teaching him the wrong stuff. So he could see, in contrast, I can either be getting taught by him. Because remember, he initially went there because he wanted Kreese to be his father figure. When he walked in there, like, oh, it's karate school. Oh, this dude was awesome. He was all into it until this thing right here. Until Johnny lifted her head up with that smirk, like, yeah. You want to come to this class? Come on through, baby. We got you. You know what I'm saying? We got you. So yeah, man. I mean, it's that's the real life aspect. Males need a father figure. They need somebody to show them the ropes. And Mr. Miyagi did earlier in this debate. You was like, oh, he got the car, he got the girl, he got the thing. He worked his ass off to get that car. That's a lesson that he learned. He wasn't given anything.
He didn't do nothing but wax it.
Cars.
He didn't do nothing but wax that car.
What?
He didn't do nothing but wax that car and clean some decks and clean some floors and paint some
paint some houses.
Paint some houses. He did. Hey, Mr. Miyagi did slave that boy out though.
He
did slave you, man.
That boy out. He learned the stuff. Hey, but what I'm
saying, that boy out.
So, Danny, do you got all girls or you got a son too? I can't remember.
I got a son. Yeah, I got a son.
You got a son, right? Hey, when your son clean them cars, when your son sand them floors, when your son paint that house, when your son paint that fence, both sides, all the fence. You're not gonna throw your son in the car. You're not gonna throw him the whip.
DJ in there playing Paper Mario right now, so I don't know.
You don't want to answer.
I don't know if it's gonna happen. But listen, on the subject of father figures, so you're right.
I know I'm right.
Bruce Leroy. No, Mr. Miyagi. I've already said Mr. Miyagi is the man. he had all the right answers. You know, even though he was imperfect, he had all the right answers because it showed that he had lived a long life and he knew some things. Right now, Bruce Leroy, on the other hand, he had a real father in his life, right? And you notice that the thing that took him over the edge was when he started seeing how his inaction was starting to affect his family. When Show Enough and them came and wrecked the shop, when he came in and messed up his school, he said, "All right, I'm gonna let it slide." When he went in there and embarrassed them in the movie theater, he let it slide. But when he came in there and wrecked his daddy's pizza shop, he said, "Yo, it's getting to me." Then you see the scene with him.
You're wrong.
He was letting it go. He was showing how frustrated he was and how it was breaking him off of his center.
You're wrong.
That's when vanity shows up.
You're wrong.
How am I wrong? What's wrong with that?
Because showing up and wrecking the pizza joint didn't have absolutely nothing to do with how he ended up fighting Show Enough at the end.
Sure it did.
No, he wasn't going to fight Show Enough. He was going to help to save Vanity from Eddie Arcadian. And he had nothing to do with Show. He had been beating up Eddie Arcadian's goons through the whole movie.
Absolutely. No. But Show Enough, but the reason that Show Enough was the final fight, the reason that he beat Show Enough in the end was because he used all of the reflection of everything that he had. That's why you saw the mirror pool, right? You look like a master to me. He used the memories of the things that he went through.
He did not know Show Enough was there. He did not go to fight Show Enough. So Show Enough's wrecking the pizza joint didn't have nothing to do with that.
It didn't have to do with him finding. It had to do with him taking the action on himself.
But you just said. I
didn't say that. I didn't say that's why he went and fought Show Enough. I said that was one of the things that broke the camel's back. That's the thing that broke the camel's back was when he showed up and wrecked his pizza.
But he was already wrecking Eddie Arcadian's goons on behalf of Vanity.
He wasn't going to wreck anybody's goons. He just happened to be in the right place. He was just happened to be in the right place at the right time to save her life.
Soon as his boy told him they got Vanity, who he's been saving this whole movie, he's like, all right, I got to go get her. And the dude was like, you're not going to go fight them. You're not going to fight them. Well, then I'm going with you. And that's when he locked him the thing. He's like, no, I got to do this alone. This ain't got nothing to do with you. I've been saving her through this whole movie. Let me go save her again. This wasn't about, they just wrecked my daddy's pizza joint. I'm about to go get off and Show Enough. But nah, he didn't know Show Enough was there.
I didn't say that.
The only reason he even got to that point was because they led him to Show Enough. They led him to Show Enough. Now, in him getting to Show Enough, that was part of his mission in saving Vanity. It still had nothing to do with his daddy pizza joint. He still was a chump. He still was a chump.
And it wasn't even about him fighting. It wasn't about him fighting Show Enough. The villains were not Show Enough and Eddie Arcadia. They were his self-confidence. The reason that he was not doing the things that he needed to do is because he didn't know that he could. He didn't believe in himself. So you're right. It didn't have to do with Show Enough. It didn't have to do with Eddie Arcadia. It didn't have to do with him catching the bullets with his teeth.
He believed he'd go wreck Eddie Arcadian's goons.
That's why he picked them up. He knew he could take them.
Exactly. So what was he doing different?
He's standing up for other people now. So he's using.
He was already doing that whole movie. He was standing up for her. Whole movie.
But because he believed in himself, not because he was in the right place at the right time, because he knew that it was the right thing to go do.
But again, the whole thing was about him saving her, and he saved her every single time. He didn't need no self-confidence in saving her. Hey, I see them. I would not do that if I was you. When he grabbed that dude's hand, I would not do that if I was you. When they kidnapped her the first time and they had him in a place and he broke in after they said it was guys with baseball bats and chains. And he came in
because he was a real martial artist too.
When he said, I think Laura Charles does not enjoy your company.
Hey,
because he went. Then when his boy told him they got her, I'm gonna go get her again.
Right. When it comes to fighting with your fist, you're right. He's the man. But what did he do when Vanity brought him back to the room?
Make sure you say that. For the first scene of the movie, he was the man.
Yeah, he was as a fighter. As a fighter, he was the man. But that's not what the movie's about, Sean. I keep saying that. When he got back to Vanity's house, what was he then? When Vanity took him back to the room and said, hey, let me go put on something comfortable. What was he then? Was he the man in that scene?
Yeah.
No, he was not.
Yeah.
He was the man in the scene where Vanity was trying to get with him.
He didn't know what to do, but he was still the man. She was already on it. She was sold.
He literally is fumbling in the scene, falling over himself.
She was hot and ready, dog. Hot and ready pizza.
He wasn't. He wasn't though.
Hey, she was hot and ready. It didn't matter. She was hot and
ready.
Hey, Allie wasn't hot and ready through the whole movie.
But Danny
Allie
was.
not hot and ready. Allie was not hot and ready through that whole movie.
But Danny was though.
Hey,
Danny had all the right words.
But Allie was not hot and ready through that whole movie.
Another thing about Karate Kid.
Hey, see how he's switching to get this
What
work?
is this? What is this apology? No, you said that Allie was not hot and ready. Apparently she was, because all Danny had to say was, "I'm a jerk." That was his whole apology. That was
Gentlemen,
his whole apology to her.
Isn't that what you have to do in relationships? You have to apologize when you do something
That's
wrong.
not an apology. That's not an
Gentlemen,
apology.
I am going to have to adjourn the court. We've reached our time limit.
Has it been an hour already?
Yes, it has.
Getting this work for this hour. That's right.
Those of you that are tuned in right now, please, cast your vote. Do you agree with Sean Mack, or do you agree with Danny J. Quick on Danny J. Quick is with The Last Dragon, Sean Mack is with The Karate Kid? Place your votes in the comments. Let us know how you feel. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I want to thank my two combatants today, Sean Mack and Danny J. Quick. Cool thing about these guys that you don't know, we're all associated with Short Fuse Media Group. It's a great little thing. We have this awesome website called shortfusemediagroup.com. You should go check it out, where we sell comic books. If you buy the physical books, you get the digital copies of those books for free. Danny J. Quick is the lead runner on Ace Blade through Fourth Wall Productions. I am rocking a few different titles, but my flagship book is Hot Shot. Sean Mack's personal favorite is Grit. He's behind the man Grit, so we got some stuff on there that you definitely should go check out. A variety of books. Please go ahead and see what we have on there as well, and give us a follow on the Good, the Bad, Nerdy, our Twitter page, which is TTHE Nerdy, as you can see right here. Bing, 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 bing. Or follow us on our Facebook page, The Good, Bad, Nerdy, on Facebook, and we stream live on Twitch. I want to thank everybody for tuning in today. It's been very much so appreciated. Sean and Danny, you guys might want to get in on some of these comments, because we got a decent amount of comments that people are making here. But it's been a pleasure hearing you guys go at it. But we're going to roll out tonight. And good afternoon, everybody. Have a good
Sean
one.
got that work today. I appreciate y'all.